Hi, I'm Tony Perez with Opticos Design in Berkeley, California, and I'm here today to talk to you about building types for planners. We put together this course in two parts to really talk about this subject called building types that has a long history, and we find it very effective and use it in most of our codes. But over the past, I'd say, 5 to 10 years especially, there's been a growing concern and a lot of disagreement actually about this very important component. And so we find that often people make it a yes or no kind of question. It's really not. It's really a little more complex than that, as cities are more complex than yes or no. So we put this course together in two parts, explain everything else and all these features and things that we think you should make available to yourself. We wanted to first establish the point of why you should use building types. So this first part is all about that, and the second part is about where. Let's begin. So as you see with this image on the screen, it's this very typical image of cities that existed way before zoning. But building types were and still are an important component of these physical environments. They've existed for millennia in all types of places, from crossroads to small towns to large cities. Building types were left aside when modern zoning focused on the separation of uses while establishing the blunt controls of density and floor area ratio. The physical inequalities and realities of places that existed long before modern zoning were now viewed through the lens of use, density, and FAR. And as useful as those metrics are, they've unfortunately, as we're going to show in this course, turned into regulatory tools that cities use and then have to do all kinds of adjustments and refinements because of the bluntness of these tools. After about 60 years of that density and FAR and use type of approach to zoning, what we'll call the experiment, many communities are dropping that myopic approach in favor of form-based codes. The form-based code is switching the focus of the lens back to physical form, and secondly, all the other things that occupy that physical form. Along with this change, building types have regained attention over the past 30 years. Over time, the code practitioners, many of our colleagues, and public sector planners, I used to be one almost 20 years ago, among all those people, there's significant disagreement about the effectiveness of and need for building types. Some say that it's too confusing, some say that it's just too much work amidst an already busy job, some say that they're indispensable. And like I said in the very beginning of this, we've found in looking closer that it's not an all or nothing question. It's not about yes or no. Unfortunately, that's how it's often discussed. It's really about where. So this course will teach you what a building type is and is not, how intended physical form could be articulated better through building types instead of density or FAR, and how building types are a direct way to achieve compatible and more predictable built results. By the end of this course, you'll have a high understanding of why to use the building types and where to use them. Thanks for joining us.